generator.
Oh
There
my God.
you go.
What was yours? Your actual one?
Mine was Hot Boy 911.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Mine-
911 if you're a glass half empty type of person.
Mine was a sweet and short 634.
There you go.
Mine was No 7 because I just like randomly typed into it, and that's what I came up with. But then before that, I had one that was like punk hardcore,
Punk hardcore.
punk X hardcore,
Oh yeah.
216 or something.
Mike from Parma's Lil Baby 6969. Members only Dave is Freak Punk Girl 300. Here you go.
See, I didn't have AOL, so I
didn't either.
the only thing I have to go off of is like my first MySpace like tag, and it was CB11 is sexy.
Yeah, there you go. Mine is Lil Punk Girl 3000.
And it was
mine.
is with IZ. It was the worst type of thing.
God, what was Erica's like pink sexy or
Oh,
something?
shoulder to
Yeah.
shoulder or something like
No,
that?
no, no.
No,
It was like
like-
sexy pink, something that was way
Yeah.
too inappropriate for somebody at that age.
That was like 14 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
I'm sexy pink 420 or whatever. You know. So
Those are so funny.
If you want to get in on the Instagram hotties, ladies, whether you are a local listener or one of our listeners anywhere throughout these United States, hit up Bill via email.
Bill at AlanCoxShow.com.
Pound Cakes.
Include your Instagram link too.
There you go. So we can get you out there. Let people know where to find you. Pound Cake's latest column celebrating Easter while social distancing. His latest Pound Take.
Got
is
one
up there for you,
tomorrow.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, is there one coming tomorrow?
Isn't it weekly?
Well, no. It's whenever the mood strikes.
Oh.
I mean,
I've been doing it
he's not on
weekly.
a deadline.
I'm trying to do them weekly. Like that,
Okay.
that is my habit, but like I'm trying to think about what I could talk about. Maybe I'll talk about my damn dry spell because I need to get some type of like.
I have an article written about a dry spell.
You
I
don't
have
want
to
to do
go
a
back
team
and
up?
find it. It's from like last year. It was my really bad one last year around this time.
The last time I had sex was with a 19-year-old, and I did not want to drive him home because it was a snowstorm, so I sent him home in an Uber. And then I was like, hey, do you want to hang out again? And he was like, no, my family is taking me on a surprise trip to New York City. And then when he came home...
And then lockdown.
Yes, it was lockdown. So I was
How
like,
did he
Dang,
know they
he
were
gone.
taking him on a surprise trip?
well, he was leaving the next day. I was like, do you want to come over tonight? And he's like, oh, no, I have to pack. My dad's taking me on a surprise trip
Oh, I see.
with his new girlfriend. He was like, they never do this. So it was a surprise trip to New York City. And
For whatever reason, flights are real cheap. We're going to New York City. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And it literally, the next day, I was like, you want to come over? And it was just like, stay in place. I was like, I need something.
I was out on a walk this morning, and I think there is a hit out on somebody that lives by me.
Why?
See?
Dead fish in their yard.
Do
kind of
they
fish?
live
Wait.
near the water?
They do live near the water.
What kind of
Maybe
fish?
Not that close.
In the yard is not a big deal. If it's in their vent, now that's cause for war.
I don't know. It looks
Was it
like
a
someone,
trout?
Because it just went up for sale, and it hasn't been up for sale. I walk past it pretty much every day. And it's like one of the nice houses over by the lake. And all of a sudden, it's for sale, and there's a dead fish out front of it.
You don't know what kind of fish.
It looks like a
dead
walleye.
one.
Yeah.
Swordfish.
Don't you listen, Mary? A dead one.
If it's a swordfish,
But
Swordfish.
it might be John Travolta.
It was really wild to just see that because they're not. I mean, they're by the water, but the water is on there's a cliff.
Yeah.
Was
So
it a
you-
whole fish or like one of those
It was
fishes
a
you find on the beach that's like just hollowed out?
It was a whole fish. It was like missing part of its head, but it wasn't like completely hollowed out yet. So it was strange to see it just there on their lawn, especially
Now.
in that neighborhood where it's really fancy.
What if someone was taking their nightly walk, eating their fish,
Okay, I want your fish theories.
and so they're just eating their fish like they normally do, right? They
Just a walking fish.
walk and fish bite, you know, and they use their legs, but they call them fish sticks, and they go and they're eating half the fish head, and they're like, "This fish doesn't taste right," and then they threw it out,
Could be.
you know.
Drive-by fishing. This one was on the lawn.
You could say that he was finished with it.
You could.
Anyway, so Bill, you could say that. Oh boy, you're a funny Gil. Man. You are really okay. So you didn't go up and
knock on the door and be like, "Hey,
yeah.
is there a hit out on you guys?"
Hey,
No,
are you
I
guys
did
all
not.
right? Is this a cry for help?
A cry for help from the family?
Is this a cry for halibut from the family?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
all right.
Oh, mahi God. Did you scream when you saw it?
God damn it. Can you just stop with these?
Oh, is it annoying? Like you guys go all day with your dad jokes?
Did you not hear mine?
Oh, no. What did you say?
God damn it.
Yeah,
I love it. That was good. That was good. I thought you were getting mad. I was like, I'm not stopping all day now. I'll turn everything into a pun.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if you guys heard about that actress that got stabbed.
I did, but I'll let you. I'll let you go through
yeah.
it. Yeah. Who?
With a knife, right?
Reese, damn it.
It was a viral video.
Go
ahead.
But about that fish, it was probably either a raccoon or a bird that dug up there.
That's not as fun as my theory. I like to think that they put their house on sale because they got to get out of town because there's a hit out on them. But
Right.
yes, the bird thing makes a lot more sense.
I yelled at Sean on the phone because he was trying to. He didn't tell me that he was saying a joke, and he was like, "Did you hear about the actress that got stabbed?" I was like, "Who?" He's like, I'm like, "Who?"
It's Reese.
He was like, "Reese." I was like, "Witherspoon." He was like, "With a knife." I'm like, "But who is the actress?"
It was Reese with a knife.
I don't play about stabbing jokes because somebody just like got stabbed like in my old neighborhood. So I was like, this could really be possible.
Hello. Who's this?
Hello.
Yup.
First time caller, long time listener.
All right.
I just want, I know that my sister calls quite a bit.
Who's your sister?
I don't want to say her name for reasons that you don't understand.
You don't want to say her name for reasons I don't understand. Yeah, that's why I wanted to know her name.
Is this the infamous Jillamina?
Yes, Bill.
Jillamina. Oh, wow. This is a treat.
Keep it together, Jill.
Hello, Jillamina.
Yeah. You guys are making me blush.
That's all right. Take your time. Take a deep breath and take your time. First-time callers, you're not going to believe this. A lot of first-time callers to the show get very nervous. They're fine when they're on hold, and then we go, hello, and something happens. So take your time. Take deep breaths.
Well, no, I don't need a deep breath, Alan. What I need is, I need to ruin the dry spell of Poundcake and Mary.
Both of us.
Ooh, together.
Wow. All right.
At the
exciting.
same time.
Yeah, okay.
A threesome with Jillamina.
And I could also include my sister in it. And I think they'd love it.
Yeah, that makes it considerably more complicated, I think. But, yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, it's where we come from. It's okay.
And where's that?
Mr. Allen,
Yeah.
I'd like to take on you and your wife at the same time.
Oh, boy. Well, tell you what. That is going to be one Freaky
Deviant.
Friday.
Yes, it will.
Okay. Well, listen. I think we're all.
I will call it again. I can't keep myself together, Mr. Allen.
That's okay. We're all going to take your offers under consideration, Jillamina. I appreciate you calling in, though.
Oh, thank you very much, Alan.
Well, there's Jillamina calling in. It's very exciting.
That was fun.
I didn't know Wilhelmina had a sister.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
She doesn't like competition.
I mean,
I don't even know she knew she had a sister.
Well, you never pay attention when Wilhelmina calls.
Right.
So,
Has she mentioned her sister?
yeah, she's mentioned Jillamina before.
I've never heard her mention Jillamina. I
you
guess
should
I'll
pay
have
closer
to.
attention.
I will have to go back and listen to
Yeah.
the tapes, Bill.
Yeah,
Right. A
'cause
lot of
it's
people are
definitely
telling
been
me.
mentioned.
A lot of people are saying to me, by the way, it was very clearly a bird that dropped a fish on this person's lawn.
All right. Well, the house is
Now hold on.
worth a lot of money. I looked it up on Zillow. God damn, this house is crazy.
How much?
2.5
In Cleveland?
million.
On the lake.
It's on the lake. It's got a lake.
Still.
There's houses by me that are like $6 and $7 million houses.
And I'm like, that. I would buy that as like an extra house. I wouldn't buy a $6 million house just to live here.
It's 2.
What do you
I'm
call
talking
it,
about Allen's.
Mary? What do you call a fish without an eye?
Now I have a question.
So where are you walking? You weren't walking in Lakewood.
No, it's in Cleveland. I live right on the border, where those mansions are.
Oh.
Right on the water.
Yeah, okay.
And it's got
Now-
a big old pool. Man, this place is great.
Now hold on, Bill.
Ooh.
The fish was being carried by a bird. Mm-hmm. Birds are drones. Is it possible that a crime family has that drone
Because
bird?
the birds aren't real.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, absolutely. Now we're back on track.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's what
Which
you need-
crime family has the pelicans?
I can't. I don't know. Boy, that's a really.
That sounds like it should be the beginning of a joke.
I'll tell you what.
Which crime family has the pelicans?
I really think that that's probably something we shouldn't get into because I remember Anthony Pellicano, the famous private investigator who got himself in a lot of trouble. He's still in prison, I think, if he's still alive at all.
Does his family have vengeance?
I'm very upset, by the way, that Bill didn't take the opportunity to sequester that fish, put it somewhere in that home, and eventually smoke the family out, and under certain squatters' rights, the
Take
state of
over the
Ohio.
house?
Yes, and then that house
Well, I
is the
didn't have
new
access to
Casa
the
Squat.
house.
What?
I don't have access to the house.
You make access to the house. I'm
They
sure
got-
there's a basement window or a cellar door.
It's got cameras
Those
everywhere.
Huge
It's a
old
$1
houses.
million house.
You
It's
don't know
a-
what camera system it
They
has.
got stuff.
You don't know?
I was looking. I was casing the joint.
Is it your fish?
Not a.
If
crime
you
family.
if they got time if they got time to breed fish in their lawn, they don't have time to be installing cameras.
Farm raised. Yeah.
Yes. Free range fish.
Poundcake, you trying to find this place right now?
Yep,
Can we just send it to you?
you can. Because I know, I always look at that. I always look at house porn. That's one thing
Dude.
I do love. Just fantasize. I'm like, well, maybe one day, if I sell a lot of
100%.
drugs, if I...
That's a poor people thing to do, though.
No,
My-
but it is amazing though. Some of these homes, because like Plain Dealer Online will always do these things like
Yeah.
Home of the Week, and a lot of them are kind of out by near me and East Side. They'll have those huge homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll look in them, and you're like, boy, they haven't changed the inside since
I know.
1926.
But I love
so you're
that.
like,
I love
That's
the
not
whole,
the case with this place.
I love the Tudor
Oh, okay.
style.
This place is updated.
well, no, the style, the home's one thing, but then you go inside and you're like, Jesus, somebody's grandmother lived here for 55 years and didn't do anything to the inside. So
Last week when I took my niece to watch the sunset and skip rocks and stuff, she commented on how big the houses were where we were. And it's kind of like on that Rocky River Bay border. And so I went and I like just drove her around and she was like, oh my God, I love that. And she's, 8. So she's just looking around and saying, wow, what do you think that one is? And like she's pointing it out.
Yeah.
I don't like that one. I think that one's stupid because who wants posts on their house? Like just 8-year-old logic.
Posts, yeah.
It's a $4 million
Oh
house
my
that she
God,
thinks is
this
stupid.
house is ridiculous.
I told you.
the only thing worse than
Disgusting.
owning a $2 million house as your main residence in Cleveland would be having a $2 million vacation home in
Yeah.
Cleveland. Yeah, Poundcake's like, that should be my second house.
I'm not saying a vacation home, but like it wouldn't be my primary home. Like I'm not gonna buy a
You'd
house.
yeah, that's what this person's saying. You'd have a second home in
But
Cleveland
but
for
I
$2
don't-
million.
I don't think when you have a multiple homes, like one's not a vacation home. It's just like something you have here, you pop in, and then you handle business, and then you leave. It's just
Uh-huh.
I
it's a
wouldn't mind
residence.
having this house.
By the
Man,
way,
I just
there-
want a house.
Being on the water like that, like I have I have a view, but they're like are right there.
When you can go in your backyard and it's just like, oh, yeah.
But where's the movie theater? You can't have a mansion like this and not have a movie
you
theater.
can probably put a movie
movie
theater.
theater? Where
where's
are
the
you?
movie theater? Boy, he's really got some ideas.
Well, you want to get your money's worth.
and you
Get your money.
you won't get your money's worth if there's no movie theater in your home.
They got that rec room that's got like the ping pong table
that's
and
a
the
rec
downstairs.
room.
Right, but you could probably put something in there.
I feel like if you're paying all that money, you should have a movie theater. It should comes with certain accommodations.
How much is
Got a
it?
pool.
$2.5
million.
You need a tennis
That
court.
might that
5
might
bedrooms, 6 baths.
that might not be movie theater level
It
mansion.
needs a gate. It looks like it has one. It used to
$2.5
say
million doesn't buy what it used to.
in Cleveland, buys a whole damn. Buys a whole damn lot.
Well, apparently not a movie theater or a gate.
At the very bottom of that, they have the Cleveland sign that is over there in Edgewater, and I walked there today, and I was going to try and take a picture of my dog by it, but it is filthy right now.
Oh,
Why?
no.
I don't know. There's just some like
With
what I
what?
hope was mud
Throw
all over it.
People are out of toilet paper.
Yeah,
You mean they're wiping themselves on the Cleveland sign?
I don't know.
Might be.
It was dirty.
Goodness.
People do love this city.
Boy, they sure do.
Not what I was expecting with the new Browns uniforms.
Ugh.
Live audio from the lakefront last night at the Cleveland script sign. Yeah, I will say, God bless Cleveland. This is one of the only cities I've ever lived in where they remind you very, very frequently, no matter where you are, where you live.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's the name of the city in the grass, whether it's on a shirt, whether it's on a flag.
My same friend, quarantine, whatever, she stayed with me last summer, and I have 4 different pieces of Cleveland art in my apartment. And there was like in every room. There's one in the living room, something in the bathroom, one in my bedroom. She's like, I like that you just constantly remind me where I'm staying in case I forgot on my walk to the bathroom. I can look back, oh, still in Cleveland. Okay, got it.
Maybe you're supporting local artists.
I am supporting local artists.
There you go. That's very important.
I think so, too.
My friend's a bowl maker. I'm sure he probably
A
needs some money
bowl
right now.
maker? Is he a glass blower?
Ceramicist.
Oh, all right.
Maybe
maybe.
Potter.
I don't know.
I like ceramicist.
Old man Potter.
I'm going to test his skills. I want the Cleveland sign, but I want it as a bowl. So just make it.
How?
I don't know. He's an
That's
artist.
up to
Figure it
him.
out.
Figure it out, artist.
I want the Cleveland sign, but I want it as a bowl. All glass.
What if he just paints the Cleveland sign on a bowl?
No.
I've got that, when I first got here, I've got that water bong from this dude who made me like a MMS bong
Nice.
with the buzzard on it and like blown colored glass. Very, very nice gift.
Yeah, that's a souvenir. I wouldn't even
I haven't
use it.
used it in quite some time, but
I wouldn't use the bowl either because I don't use the actual, bud.
there is a school of thought, by the way, that this whole coronavirus is made up so the government gets everybody inside so they can change the batteries in all the birds.
I
Yes, I've
heard that.
yeah.
You'd certainly think, though, because all those bird drones, these wouldn't be just, you got to pop a couple of AA in there. These would be like long-lasting batteries. Technology of which we're completely ignorant on the consumer level.
Yeah.
They got to replant all the forests too
Replant all the forests. Why?
because they don't exist. Remember?
That's going
Well,
way
Mike
back.
Clevenger, he said he didn't believe in forests.
Yeah, they don't exist.
You know?
She doesn't believe in the woods.
Is he still with the Indians?
Yeah. I mean, as far as anyone's with any team.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
But yeah,
right.
he's still with the tribe.
$1,000 coming around 4:30, by the way. Don't do it at 3:30. I have a lot of people texting me. Alan, I really have to pee, and I'm in my car, and I want to run in the house. Run! Pee!
Go!
Run! I don't do one at 3:30. I'll do the next one at 4:30. So if you're someone else who finds themselves in a similar situation, but closer to 4:30, you're in your driveway, you've got to really, really pee, just keep that in mind.
I may have been off on how long this house has been on the market, too. Because I said it just went on the market, but apparently it's been on for more than just today. It's been on there for 162 days. So maybe I'm just not as observant as I thought.
Yeah, well, they're having a hard time moving it right now.
Ugh, what a time to move.
There are plenty of people doing it, though.
I was happy with it.
There's a lot of people
I'm
who-
so happy I moved
But you're
when
in the
I did.
same building, though. It's not the same.
Yeah, but still, if you need things to keep you busy, move. Packing, unpacking,
well, I just
putting
think
everything where you need it to be, resetting up your house.
I just think about the people that are slackers because I'm not going to say most people are procrastinators, but I know if it were me and I had a lease that ended, February 28th, and then they're like, oh yeah, coronavirus, everything locked down. I'm like, great, fantastic. I already don't have friends to help me move. And then on top of this, I have to risk, getting the Rona. That would be a nightmare. Especially have a brand new house. Big lips, my dear.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. No one is thinking of the nudists, by the way. And these are some of the first people that I think of. As you know, I've spent my time over the course of my life and career nude in public on a number of occasions.
Good for you.
And so my brothers and sisters I've never been part of a nudist community, but I do think of them when there is a public health emergency. When Gwen and I would go to Austin, Texas, there was a nude beach there called the Hippie Hollow, and so we'd go there a lot. I've done naked broadcasts earlier in my career. Great way to get people to pay attention to you when you're new in town. Take your clothes off,
Hey.
right? Seemed to work. But there are nudists who are being warned by police to make sure they're wearing masks. You know, I mean, you got to live in the world you're living in.
That's great.
This is primarily happening in the Czech Republic, but there are a lot of nudist communities and organizations out there. And so there are a lot of police who are walking around and telling people you've got to wear a mask. We don't care that you don't have anything else on. Police are giving people tickets for not wearing masks. You can do whatever you want to do. You got to have your face covered up. Ironic to say the least. If you've ever spent any amount of time in a nudist community, you would desperately want most of those people to put a mask anywhere other than their face. But things being what they are, it's a very real concern when law enforcement walks around and they're like, listen, we get it, but you're going to get a ticket if you're not wearing a mask. And that's how they're trying to lock down some of the nudists overseas. I have to think that maybe is happening over here as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're tackling things in Texas, but I imagine if there's cops, because this hippie holla is kind of like this real rocky beach down the back of this mountain from this state park. And there's all these signs. Notice, warning, from this point on, nobody's wearing clothes, But if you spend any amount of time at a nude beach, again, not a lot of 19-year-old girls walking around.
The only nude beach I went to was in Hawaii on Maui. It's called Little Beach. So there's Big Beach, which is like people surf and stuff there. And then you go over this hill and down, and then you're at Little Beach and people do mushrooms. And there's a fire circle every Sunday. It was really cool. But
there were probably some attractive nudists there.
You could tell exactly who was who. So like once you get over your own insecurities, right?
Because the men have penises, Mary.
Do they?
Yes. Well, some do.
Well, so we get over there and you're like, oh, these are the people who are into nudism. They just want to be naked all the time, not particularly fit, just want to be free. And then there's like, oh, these are the hot spring breakers who have like their bodies painted with handprints in all the right places. And then it's like the drunk, insecure people. I was one of those. Is a little chubby, clearly from the Midwest, too pale. Like everybody had their places on the nude beach. And I thought that was so funny.
Well, there's no judgment, right?
No, there's no judgment.
It's a community of people. But yeah, the people
Sounds
who...
like there's judgment.
The people who are really into
by her,
it.
from outsiders, Bill.
I was an outsider.
From interlopers.
I did it because I wanted a picture or something.
So that was your group, as the people who want to take pictures of themselves naked on the beach.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
My sisters did it. Well, my younger sister did it. My older sister did not. You didn't have to take your clothes off, but...
But you did.
I took my top off. I kept my bottoms on.
What?
And went in the ocean.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
If you're going to go on a nude beach, I think you should respect the environment that you're in. You get down to nothing.
I kept the bottoms on.
Flip-flops on or whatever.
I was also in a weird position because I had done...
Makes for a better picture.
I had done shows on the island that whole week prior and then went there the night before, like, my sisters left. So people, like, had seen me at shows and stuff because it's a small community. I don't know. It felt weird.
You're never going to go back there again.
That is true.
Yeah.
Topless, though.
Tell you what. Book another gig. Go back. Fully nude. Photo.
Nude gig?
Well, I mean, baby steps. I'm just saying. I don't know. I've got a break. You want to get a text in 35192. Like I said, another chance for you to grab $1,000 is going to be coming up around 4:30, and then 5:30 and 6:30. And if you want to text 35192, back after these.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7